Hello there, my Aries collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Oh my goodness, Aries. Five of Pentacles. You got some news coming in. What's this about with regard to you, though? Some of y'all work vibes? What's going on with you? Aries. There's the Queen of Swords. There's the Wheel of Fortune. There's the Seven of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups. There's the Six of Wands. The Chariot, the Three of Swords. The Page of Pentacles. There's the Eight of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Some of you that don't date in the workplace, there could be a promotion coming in for you. For some of you, there could be a switch up in the workplace dynamics, but it has to do with like the interpersonal relationships or partnerships. The Cancer energy isn't happy here with this Three of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles there to the Eight of Pentacles. So there's an interesting kind of switch up in vibes with you, Aries. Especially those of you that didn't date in the workplace. Some of you could be dealing with an Emperor who kind of had some not so positive relationships or partnerships, and that kind of changed things up. You got a King and Queen of Swords energy here that aren't seeing eye to eye. Some of you, that King or Queen of Swords could have some sort of little relationship, partnership, or some kind of vibe going on here. That's kind of toxic as fuck. So, damn. Everybody seems to be a little messy in this. So, sweet Jesus. Those of you that don't date in the workplace, gonna be glad that you didn't. Knight of Swords, the Four of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, there to the Ten of Cups, there to the Knight of Pentacles. So this is those of you, if someone promised you like a promotion, if you date them, or like the friendship vibes on something, and those of you that really didn't pay much attention to that because someone always made those promises. But now that shit isn't working. So there could definitely be a switch up in the workplace with regard to you. With regard to like the messy kind of vibes. Some of y'all going to be pulling like the HR vibes. Ooh, some of you could get a promotion because you don't date in the workplace. That could be why you get the promotion. Kind of feels like the King and Queen of Swords might be hypocrites on this. So, some of you could have to listen to a boss talk, knowing full damn well that the boss and their assistant has like slept around with everybody, or with regard to like the relationships or partnerships. Because the King and Queen of Swords almost feel like a hypocrite on this. So, the two that know better, or the two that kind of didn't pay attention to that vibe as well. Ooh, this is going to change everything up with regard to you, Aries. Those of you that don't date in the workplace, I know that sounds odd, but some of you could get a promotion because there is a switch up because of the dating, or like whatever the fuck the Cups vibes is for you. Friendship vibes. It feels more like dating vibes than anything else. The Cancer energy isn't happy. But that kind of feels like the King and Queen of Swords vibes. Because that's like those that try to tell you not to do that, and they're the very ones that are fucking doing that. You know what I mean? It's like HR telling you not to date in the workplace, but HR has dated everybody. Or the boss that tells you not to do this, but they do that. It's kind of giving that vibes, to be quite honest with you. So, damn. The King of Swords, there's the Ten of Swords, there's the King of Pentacles, there's the Libra energy, there's the Two of Cups. Some of you avoided a very burdensome relationship or partnership. So you had someone trying to sell you on a great idea here, but it was just more of a manipulation vibe. Hi, sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus, take what's yours, leave what's not. Those of you that are the least complicated, avoid all that stagnant energy. The Five of Pentacles, those of you, if you like pay attention to this, I feel like you pay attention to your astrology. So, you know, you have a favorite astrologer, or you have a couple different people that you pay attention to with the astrology of things. You kind of avoided this energy a long time ago, especially when Aries was in Neptune. So before Aries was a Neptune, you were kind of like, fuck no. So you were you were turning down someone was really feeding you some line of bullshit about an offer and opportunity. But it was like a dating vibe. It's either a dating vibe or like a friendship vibe with you, Aries. But you were smart enough not to like pay attention to that. It does feel like the King and Queen of Swords are kind of hypocrites. So this is like those that telling you shouldn't date in the workplace, but it's like two supervisors that are dating in the workplace, or this is like HR telling you not to date in the workplace, but HR is dating in the workplace. Whatever the fuck this vibe is, the King and Queen of Swords are kind of coming across as hypocrites because they have a history. They have a history. So, ay, sweet Jesus, Aries. Aries, Aries, Aries. Some of you, this could be how you get that promotion. Just because you are the least complicated one. You didn't pull High Priestess vibes here, did you? So, some of you Aries with the workplace vibes, this is someone going above and beyond. This is when HR comes in, right? The Eight of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, there to the Ten of Pentacles. There's the Five of Cups. There's the Three of Pentacles. There's the Moon vibes. There's the Empress vibe. There's the Queen of Wands to the Hierophant. There to the Sun vibes. Ay, sweet Jesus, everyone is messy here. Some of you, this could be where you notice like the work vibes switch up. So, those of you that paid attention before Aries went into Neptune, because that's when a lot of these relationships or partnerships began to fall apart. King and Queen of Swords are kind of hypocrites, though. So this is like the two people telling you what not to do, but they're in like a relationship themselves. Or it's the HR person telling you not to date in the workplace, but they've like dated everybody. It's kind of given like that vibes. But this is when HR's HR comes in. So this is if someone's watching you, someone's watching them watching you, and someone's watching them watching them watching them watching you. So this is definitely way too complicated. Some of you, I definitely feel like it's out of your pay scale. It doesn't really have anything to do with you. So you could see a switch up in the upper management when it comes to like a relationship or partnership vibe here. There's the Magician energy. The Three of Cups, the High Priestess there at the Seven of Pentacles. Some of you could get a job offer or a job opportunity because you don't date in the workplace. And it could be really as simple as that. Especially if that's something that people have been paying attention to. I don't feel like this is particular to you. Some of you may notice that a lot of businesses or companies are paying more attention to that, where they get to the point where there is like no dating in the workplace. Especially if it starts to complicate things. So something got really messy here. Some of you avoided being part of that messy vibes. And those of you just kind of play the energy out here. There could definitely be some job openings because you weren't dating anybody. Or you didn't date in the workplace. Or you just kind of showed up and did your thing. And then, you know, you avoided the messy energy. This feels like those that know better. Because the King and Queen of Swords kind of know better. King and Queen of Swords are coming across as like hypocrites. So they're telling everybody not to date, but they're in a relationship themselves. So whatever the hell this is, there's a hierarchy to it, and then the hierarchy. Some of you, this is when your boss's boss's boss starts paying attention to something because everything has been fucked up to the point where shit. HR could be having to look for replacements because everyone's kind of like not doing what they should be doing. Some of you, it starts with like the relationship or partnership that doesn't work out. Because a lot of you, that's why you have to disclose if you're dating in the workplace. So that way you could avoid like the hiccup vibes. So this is like paying close attention to that. It's still low tide energy when it comes to like the water signs. So what's your favorite astrologer here, Aries? Prioritize yourself here. You've been making some smart choices. You've turned down at least 2 options or 2 opportunities because you were far more forward thinking. But you were like paying attention. Some of you that, because you don't date in the workplace, you could get an opportunity. Damn Aries. Or soon to be Aries. Some of you are going to get that if you're, I don't know if you're cross watching for Aries, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or those of you with like the Emperor, the Empress vibes. This is definitely feeling like work energy. So the Emperors and the Empresses, right? This feels romantic more than it does like friendship vibes here. So take what's yours and leave what's not. But those of you, if the company policy changes that no dating in the workplace, because the Empress rocks the boat with something, and that's what changes everything. I don't know, this is messy. So don't be messy. Take your time. Take your time here. Watch the astrology on this. Aries and Neptune. Some of you be mindful of where your water placements are in your astrology, because this is like low tide energy. So some of you, this is still like, it hasn't quite happened yet. Especially there with that Virgo vibe. Are you my happy singles or my least complicated individuals here? Because I don't feel like you're single, but you date outside of the workplace. It does feel like the King and Queen of Swords are kind of hypocrites. So this is like them telling you not to date in the workplace, but you know they're in a relationship or partnership kind of vibes. You know what I mean here, Aries? This has to do with like upper management, because this is when your boss's boss is looking at a situation, or this is when HR's boss comes in and is looking at a situation. Those of you, if you keep pulling a lot of Sagittarius, you keep getting the temperance angel that's telling you to just sit your ass down and prioritize yourself, avoid the temptation vibes. This is kind of part of that. So I feel like it's like the astrology here. So this is when my happy singles, or those of you not in complicated relationships or partnerships. Really good work vibes. It's really good work vibes for you. Some of you, this is when you get that promotion. Those of you that avoided getting into a relationship or partnership. So you made a choice and you chose to just prioritize yourself here. Wow, look at you go, Aries. I like this. It's a messy energy, but it ain't your mess. You avoided that. Definitely if you're noticing a switch up, because some of you, your company could show up with a no dating policy. So that way they don't. I feel like the Empress energy here. The Empress energy here and the Chariot vibes. The Empress energy is the one that creates this sort of kerfuffle. And then it changes like the dynamics of everything. Take what's yours, leave what's not. Keep making smart choices. I feel like you get an option or an opportunity because you like made smart choices. You turned down a relationship or partnership, which would have been iffy at most. Oy, it's way too messy. This is way too messy. So what's your favorite astrologer? Pay attention to where Neptune's at. So those of you Aries that paid attention when Aries was a Neptune, because that was like cold as ice vibes. So what else do you have for Aries here? What else do you have for Aries here? My happy singles. My happy singles. For those of you in very uncomplicated relationships or partnerships. You compartmentalize your life. So I like that. So you could have Capricorn, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Look at that there with the Knight of fucking Pentacles. Yeah, you were just kind of doing your own little fucking thing there. Prioritizing yourself. But you notice that Knight of Pentacles, though, is also giving, like, the Virgo vibes. So, oi. So maybe you're Virgo rising, Virgo moon. You have a tad bit of a Capricorn energy on that. So you're kind of mindful of relationships or partnerships or codependencies anyway. And this is when you get that promotion. Because that's also pulling the Magician energy here. Not being messy or complicated. Keeping it nice and simple. And there's like a serendipitous vibe on this. Did you pull the Fool vibe out? Because I don't feel like you really... This was really much of a choice. I feel like this is something that you don't do anyway. So... Yeah, those of you that keep getting Sagittarius, avoiding the temptation, because that brings about... oh, look, there you're at the Fool vibes. That brings about a better option or a better opportunity just by avoiding the temptation vibes. So you could have Sagittarius... that feels like a Sagittarius Venus or a Sagittarius Moon. Yeah, you avoid all the messy, complicated relationships, partnerships. It does feel like the Empress and the Cancer vibe here is the one that creates this sort of kerfuffle, and then everything starts like switching the fuck up. Those of you, if there's a no dating policy in the workplace, it's because this energy kind of fucks everything up. There could be like 3 or 4 fucking new job openings with regard to this. So... those of you that avoided this temptation, or those of you Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius Venus, but this is something you didn't do anyway. So you're either in a good, happy, healthy relationship or partnership, or you just compartmentalize your life. Some of you could seriously just get the offer, the opportunity, because HR has never had you dating anybody. So this allows for that promotion energy with you. You're the least complicated. You're the least complicated. Especially if HR's boss is looking at HR. Because it does feel like the King and Queen of Swords are kind of hypocrites. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours, leave what the fuck isn't. Those of you that choose the least complicated sort of options or opportunities, or you definitely compartmentalize your options, your opportunities. Those of you that paid attention when Aries went into Neptune as well. Because you had an option, you had an opportunity, and you politely declined. All right. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours, and leave what the fuck isn't. Peace, love, and light.